Solo travel is much easier than you might think, and I'm here to share my top tips on how to make it a breeze for you. Solo travel is increasing in popularity in recent years. Why is that? I think it's because it gives you the flexibility to do what you want on your own terms. You go where you want to go, when you want to do it. And sometimes when you're in a group, you just can't do that. You don't have that flexibility in a group. In my travels, I see a lot of solo travelers. They all have one thing in common. They're doing it on their own terms. So the biggest concerns that I hear from other solo travelers are safety, which I'm going to cover in detail later in this video, and loneliness. How do you cope with the loneliness when you're away from your family and friends on a solo voyage, sometimes for up to 6 months, such as in my case? But the truth is, it's easier than you might think. You can join group travel tours, go to places where other digital nomads hang out, like a coffee shop, and meet other travelers, and you already have a common bond. You're more apt to talk to other people when you're traveling alone. Random people on the street you just pass by if you're in a group, but when you're on your own, you tend to meet a lot more people. I've met the kindest people in my solo travels, and I persuade you to try it. And honestly, you really appreciate that solo time. It doesn't have to be all, by yourself, but you gain a better understanding of yourself and your own limitations and your strengths. Before you go, you're going to research your destination. So I choose my destinations on the safety for women especially, the affordability, the availability of mountain hikes and backpacking, and that's about all the criteria that I have. Once I choose my destination, I get on Google Maps and pinpoint the areas. I save little things that I think I might like to see. I probably won't get to see them all, but at least I have an idea of what I want to do when I get on the ground. Look at the climate, look at the dress code, look at the local cultures and the norms. Do research before you go, and definitely know what you're getting into, especially if you're going for more than a week or two. As I said earlier, in my case, I go for 3, 4, 5, 6 months sometimes. So I really want to know about the area. I'm going to be living amongst the locals while I'm there, and I want to know what I have to expect. Make sure you take copies of your documents. This is your passport, your ID, your flight, your accommodations, and your insurance. Keep the copies, if they're paper, keep them in a safe place away from your originals. And if they're digital, even better. In my case, store them on an external hard drive, not on your phone. Be sure to share your itinerary once you've got your plans finalized, how long you're going to be away, where you're going, just highlights, and check in with your friends and family often as needed. Another thing to do is check with your local embassy. You can register ahead of time if you're traveling abroad, and this will give you some assistance in case of a natural disaster like a typhoon or hurricane, a civil emergency, in case family members from back home need to get a hold of you in a hurry, or just if your passport is lost or stolen, they can help you verify your identity faster. And of course, packing light is essential. You don't want to be burdened down with all that luggage. Plus, the less you pack, the less you have to look after. So while traveling, try your best to blend in. This means, okay, you did your research about the dress code, so now enforce it, especially when you're visiting areas of cultural significance, temples or churches. You definitely want to cover up your shoulders, wear something more modest, and just blend in with your surroundings. And always protect your plans. Don't overshare. If you see a stranger on the street, don't feel compelled to share with him where you're going next, where you're staying. All these tidbits of information are private and should be guarded. But having said this, don't let it stop you from connecting with other locals. They are the keepers of the little tidbits of information that will make or break your trip. They know the ins and outs of the area, they know the hidden gems, and they can give you far better advice than any tour guide. So speaking about accommodations, I book almost all of my accommodations on Airbnb. This gives me protection from the Airbnb app. It also connects me with a person on the ground right away, and I check the reviews before I book, especially from other solo female travelers. If it gives me a bad vibe, I skip over it and choose something else. Try to plan your arrival wisely. Don't plan it so you're arriving at 11 p.m. Check your check-in time, your your departure times. Check if the place has no fee cancellations, and just do your homework. Look in the neighborhood, what's around there. Is it walking distance? Is that important to you? Honestly, I'm on a farm, but this is like a city today. Now, once you're in a foreign country, you need to get around. A common scam is for people at airports, bus terminals, tourist areas. They'll approach a tourist, offer transportation, but a lot of times it's at a inflated price, 3 to 5 times what you'd pay normally. Or they take you on a scenic route and have a lot of destinations that they stop at, stores, gem shops, maybe a timeshare, and all of these places, they'll get a commission if you buy something. Now, you might think, but I'm too smart for that. I won't fall for that. But here's the thing. You just arrive in a foreign country. You've had a 14-hour flight. You're tired, exhausted, confused, desperate to get to your hotel, and you just want to get in the vehicle and drive. So this is how tourists fall for it. Here's how you can avoid it. Use drive share apps. In Canada, USA, it's Uber or Lyft. In Mexico, it was InDriver. In the Philippines, Southeast Asia, it will be Grab app and Teach in a lot of parts of Africa. So just do some research. Download the app before you get going. Add a credit card so you can just click and book easy. And also get a SIM card. You can download an eSIM and install it the minute you get to the country or leave your departure city, and then you're still connected. You can stay connected throughout your travel. A lot of apps like Maps.me or GPS My City have downloadable areas, so you don't even need data to see the map and get around. So I would recommend downloading one of these. At least you have some bearings. Which brings us to the number one burning question we're all thinking about is, how do you stay safe while you're traveling alone? So did you know that 400,000 pickpocketing incidents occur every day in the world? How do I stay safe? Many of you know, if you've been following me, that I was a victim of pickpocketing in Bolivia. My cell phone was stolen right from my zippered pocket in my purse, which I had at my side. So what would have prevented this? I should have had my phone inside my jacket pocket, on the inside of it. Not the ones on the outside, but on the inside pocket. And then it would have been harder to access. Here's the thing. As long as you take some basic precautions, you're a lot less apt to become a victim of these petty crimes. If you don't have it, they can't take it. Carry only what you need. And put a small amount of cash in an easily accessible area. That's what you're going to whip out when you just want to buy a drink. So the main thing is, you stash your cash and your phone inside. So have a jacket, put it on the inside of your pocket. Choose your clothes wisely with this in mind. Stay alert, listen, observe, and be safe. And one more thing, nothing says easy target like a drunken tourist. Limit your alcohol consumption when you're traveling solo. Watch your surroundings, watch your drinks, enjoy in moderation. When I started solo traveling, I was afraid. I was terrified. I was supposed to be going with a friend, but that fell through. So I had the choice to back out or go alone. And I chose to go alone. And, it wasn't without trials, tribulations. I had my whole entire plans turned upside down the week before. I had my wallet stolen. I had my Airbnb canceled. I had a flat tire on my Jeep. The person who was supposed to be renting my house canceled. All in that 1 week. There was a lot of extra preparation that I had to do, but trust me, I do not regret it one bit. I have made so many friends along my travels. Good friends, great friends. Some of who I still keep in touch with. Now I'm 18 countries in, and I am never looking back. Solo travel is definitely the way to go for me. So I don't know about you, but if I've inspired you to travel solo, if I've helped you in any way, let me know down in the comments. If you have your own solo travel experience, share it. We'd love to hear it. And if you'd like more inspiration, check out my other videos. And because you're still here, you've reached the end, you're the 1% that stays right to the end, I put a link in the description for a free guide that explains all of what I just outlined and more. So friends, thanks for watching. Smash the like, and until next time, happy trekking.